Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, just brutalizing the Arkansas governor, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, over the issue of homicide rates. So let me set this up for you. Sarah Huckabee Sanders did her, the Fox Dog and Pony show is Fox News hosts bring on a Republican official to criticize a Democratic official. They brought on Sarah Huckabee Sanders yesterday to criticize what's happening in California. And she went on and said, we would never see in Arkansas what you are seeing in California because we value order over chaos here. Let's take a listen to what she had to say. And the response from Governor Newsom is just perfect. Take a listen.
All right, let's dig deeper on this with the Arkansas Governor, Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Governor, good to be with you this morning. Thanks so much for joining us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
So let me start you off with this question. As governor of the state of Arkansas, if the president of the United States deployed the National Guard to your state without your request or your assent, what would your reaction be?
Well, we wouldn't have this problem in Arkansas in the first place because we would never choose rioters and criminal illegals over American law enforcement. And if we got to a place where that was happening, I would call the president myself and ask him to bring people in to help us out. But we would never allow what California Governor Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass have allowed to take place in California to ever happen in Arkansas. It's really clear. They can either choose normal versus crazy or order versus chaos. The fact that they are allowing rioters to run their streets and are mad at the president for stopping it is insane. They should be thanking Donald Trump for helping and assisting bring order back to their city and state that they're frankly incapable of doing themselves.
There's only one problem with this. There's a problem with the pot calling the kettle black. There's a problem with people in glass houses throwing stones. And Gavin Newsom encapsulated it perfectly in a response to this video on Twitter, where Gavin Newsom said to Sarah Huckabee Sanders, your homicide rate is literally double California's. We fact checked it, and it is true. The Arkansas homicide rate is 11.8, whereas the California rate is 5.9. The Arkansas rate is almost exactly double that of California. So there's a bigger story here. There's a lot of stories here. Obviously, we have the legal story. Was Trump legally able to do what he did in sending in troops and Marines? He says he was. Legal experts say that it is extraordinarily shaky. Second one is this split between red and blue states generically, but also just the obsession with attacking California. Now, California has an economy and a population that's bigger than most countries. Most countries have some homicide. Most countries have some level of poverty, without a doubt. But you can't really eliminate from that analysis that California also has leading educational institutions, leading innovation centers, leading medical institutions. It is one of the most dynamic economies, not in the country, but in the world. And it's just pathetic. No attack on people who live in Arkansas, but Arkansas education is not good. Arkansas infrastructure is not good. Arkansas healthcare is not good. It's just someone's got to be last, right? And Arkansas is not last on all of these things. And some it's Mississippi and some it's other states. But Arkansas is a disaster on just about every metric. And so Sarah Huckabee Sanders going on Fox News to lecture Gavin Newsom, dear God. And Gavin Newsom doing a good job of pointing out the absurdity. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back right after this. You know, every time we call out Donald Trump's authoritarianism, the right calls it media hysteria. But I want to remind you that Trump admits he's looking for ways to defy the Constitution and maybe even pursue another term. Now, if you don't know the bias behind your news, you might believe, oh, Trump's just teasing us. There's nothing here. Go to ground.news/Pacman and see how media bias influences more than your perception from Trump's policy and ability to understand and undermine constitutional norms. I've been with Ground News for years now because this is what they do. They expose the hidden agendas behind reporting sources and make it easy to compare coverage and understand critical issues. Even better, if I'm reading a story on another site, the Ground News browser extension will flag the source's political bias and give me other reports on the same story so I can verify the information. My viewers get 40% off the same unlimited Vantage plan that I use, so you get their top tier plan for just $5 a month. Go to ground.news/Pacman. The link is in the description, or scan the QR code.